When clients say they have ADHD and they ask whether that matters in terms of me being able to help them, that's the topic for this particular video. I'm Jürgen Rasmussen. Welcome to the Provocative Hypnosis vlog. So just a few days ago, a client called for anger issues and said, I want you to know that I've been diagnosed with ADHD. How does that factor into this? And I've had quite a few clients over the years tell me that they've been diagnosed with ADHD, and they're often curious or concerned about to what extent that matters or impacts the type of work that I do. My honest answer is I don't care. I don't think it matters one way or the other. Of course, ADHD is a fraudulent diagnosis that was voted into existence in 1987. It has no scientific basis. There's no valid independent test. There's no evidence that what's called ADHD is the result of a so-called brain malfunction. It's complete bullshit. It's a scam and a fraud of epic proportions. I'm planning to do an in-depth video on this very topic in the very near future, probably next week. But for the purpose of this short video, what I tell my clients is it doesn't matter at all. I tell the clients I have not found knowing that a client has an ADHD diagnosis of any value or use whatsoever in terms of working with them. It literally tells me nothing. I tell them that. So, and you may say, well, hold on, maybe they have ants in the pants, or they multitask, or they're impulsive, or they struggled with, sustaining focused attention over a period of time. Yeah, maybe. But I've had quite a few clients who have mentioned that they have ADHD after we've done a couple of sessions, and I haven't noticed it, of course. So it would be way more useful to just say, look, I have some ants in the pants. I'm kind of restless or impatient, or I tend to multitask, or I get a bit impulsive, or it's difficult for me to sustain focused awareness on one thing over a period of time. A diagnosis of ADHD doesn't give you any information outside of that. And if this is the case for a client, it's pretty apparent quite early when they get into the office. So if, in practical terms, if a client seems to have ants in the pants, and they seem to do many of the things or operate in the way that quite a few people who get that label slapped onto them tend to do, what do? Well, I just adapt based upon it, meaning I work pretty quickly, I'm very to the point, I'm very direct, I try to get their attention very quickly, and I try to make my points quickly. I try to create kind of dramatic moments for them to learn things, to engage them. I don't do very long sessions or do a lot of storytelling or anything that would require them staying focused for a long period of time. I might also give them tasks to work on, to have insights or work on skills that they can do while they are active, to kind of pace their multitasking tendencies, so to speak. But I might also help them if they're interested in cultivating the ability to stay present and to focus and to center these sorts of skills and abilities. I haven't had anyone contacted me and say, "Can you cure me of my ADHD?" I've never had such a client. But they tend to come in for anger issues or jealousy issues or anxiety issues or all sorts of other issues, and they just ask whether that particular diagnosis has any relevancy. I might be concerned if they've been on doses of medication for a long time and check with that. But other than that, the diagnosis of ADHD has no practical value whatsoever. I don't care about it. There's no reason why the client should care about it either. Although I should say this, some of them are very wedded to that diagnosis. They think it's meaningful. And some people have found relief in the diagnosis because it as with all sorts of things, whether there's any basis to it or not, when people struggle, they often value any framework or any explanation that offers them a coherent answer of sorts of why they are the way they are, right? So some of them can be very identified with that. But outside of that, no practical value whatsoever. So I hope this has been useful. As always, know that I see clients from all over the world online. If you're curious to work with me, you can send me an email at provocativehypnosis.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.